The alarm woke Dr. Jun Kim from his sleep. It was not his morning alarm. This was different. A loud, urgent beeping from his work phone. He grabbed it quickly and saw the message. NOMALYDKCTED. Urgent presence required. June dressed fast and drove to the Global Space Defense Initiative building. The night sky was clear and full of stars. He looked up at them and wondered if today was the day everything would change. Inside the GSDI control room, screens showed strange readings. Energy patterns that had never been seen before were moving toward Earth's solar system. "What are we looking at?" June asked his team. "We don't know," said his assistant. "The signals appeared 3 hours ago near Neptune. They're moving fast, faster than anything we've built." June studied the data. The energy signatures were organized in a formation. This was not natural. This was not random. "Call military command," he said. Now, within an hour, Captain Yun Park walked into the control room. She wore a crisp uniform and had sharp eyes that missed nothing. She was known for her strategic mind and calm under pressure. "Dr. Kim," she nodded. "Show me what you found." June pointed to the main screen. "These objects are moving at speeds we can't match. Their formation suggests intelligence, and they're heading straight for us." Yun studied the screen. "How long until they reach Earth?" "At current speed, 4 days." She picked up a secure phone. "This is Captain Park. Activate Defense Protocol Omega. This is not a drill." For the next 3 days, the world's militaries prepared in secret. Leaders were briefed. Weapons were readied. But everyone knew the truth. If these visitors wanted war, Earth might not stand a chance. On the 4th day, the objects slowed near Jupiter. Powerful telescopes finally gave humanity its first look at the visitors. "My God," June whispered. On the screen were ships, hundreds of them. The largest was the size of a small moon. Their dark metal surfaces absorbed light instead of reflecting it. They looked like moving shadows against Jupiter's bright surface. "Send the greeting messages," ordered the GSDI director. For 24 hours, Earth sent messages of peace in every human language. Mathematical sequences, music, art, everything humans could think of to say, "We come in peace." The alien fleet gave no response. They simply continued their approach, now moving toward Mars. "They're ignoring us," Yun said. June nodded. "Or they don't care what we have to say." That night, as the fleet passed Mars, every communication device on Earth, phones, computers, radios, televisions, suddenly activated at once. Static filled the screens. Then a voice spoke. It was deep and somehow wrong, as if multiple voices were speaking as one. The message was simple and came in every human language at once. "We are the Voidborn. Your world is claimed. Your bodies are required. Surrender or perish." Then silence. In the GSDI control room, no one spoke for several minutes. Finally, Yun broke the silence. "Well," she said, "at least we know their intentions." June looked at the fleet's position on the screen. "They'll reach lunar orbit in 12 hours. Then we have 12 hours to prepare our defense," Yun said, "though I don't know what defense we have against that." As if in answer, the largest alien ship fired a beam of energy at Earth's moon. Where it hit, the lunar surface glowed red, then exploded. A crater 50 miles wide appeared. It was a demonstration. "Get me the president," Yun said to her aide. "And every other world leader. We need to agree on a response." June stared at the screen, at the dark fleet approaching his world. "I don't think they're interested in our response," he said quietly. The first battle for Earth's survival had begun, and humanity was already losing. The attack on the moon colonies began at dawn. Earth watched in horror as the Voidborn ships surrounded the lunar settlements. Beams of blue light cut through dome structures like paper. The screams of the colonists came through for only moments before communications went silent. 5,000 people, whispered someone in the GSDI command center. Gone in minutes. Captain Yun Park stood rigid, her face showing no emotion, but her hands were tight fists at her sides. Launch the missiles, she ordered. Earth's most powerful weapons rose from silos around the world. Nuclear warheads, designed to end human wars, now aimed at alien ships. They flew true. They hit their targets. And they did nothing. On the screens, the missiles exploded against dark hulls. When the light faded, the ships were unmarked. Not even a scratch. Our weapons are useless, Yun said, her voice flat. In the science lab below the command center, Dr. Jun Kim watched the alien ships through a powerful telescope. He noticed something strange. The ships were sending down small probes to Earth's surface. They're taking samples, he told Yun when she came to check on him. Air, water, soil, and they seem very interested in humans. He showed her images of a probe that had landed in a city park. It had captured a jogger, scanned him with light, then released him, dazed but alive. They're studying us, Jun said, especially our DNA. For what purpose? Yun asked. Nothing good, Jun replied. The full invasion began that night. Smaller ships broke off from the main fleet. They descended on major cities worldwide. Not to destroy, to capture. People ran from the ships, but many were caught in beams of light that froze them in place. The frozen humans were lifted into the ships. Governments ordered their armies to fight. Tanks fired. Jets launched missiles. Soldiers shot their guns. The alien ships barely noticed. We need to go underground, Yun told the world leaders on an emergency call. Save who we can. Gather our best minds. Find a way to fight back. While the world's militaries fought a losing battle, Yun organized evacuations. Key scientists, doctors, engineers, and soldiers moved to hidden bunkers deep in mountains and under deserts. Jun worked without sleep, trying to understand their enemy. He gathered alien tissue samples from damaged probes. He studied the scan data from humans who had been released. In a small apartment in Seoul, a man named Han Choi tried desperately to call his parents. The phone lines were dead. The internet was failing. In frustration, he hooked up old radio equipment he had built as a hobby. As he scanned frequencies, searching for any information, his equipment picked up something strange. It wasn't human radio chatter. The patterns were too regular, too perfect. Han, a programmer who worked with patterns every day, realized he was hearing alien communications. He recorded everything. On the third day of the invasion, the largest alien ship broadcast another message to Earth. The voice of the Voidborn filled every working device. I am the Supreme Commander. Your resistance is noted. It changes nothing. Your species has been selected for biological harvest. Your genetic material will serve the Voidborn. This is an honor. Those who surrender will know a quick end. Those who resist will know pain. In her underground command center, Yeon heard the message and turned to her staff. Evacuation priority has changed, she said. Get me every biologist, geneticist, and medical researcher still alive. If they want our biology, that's where we'll find our advantage. In his lab, Jun made a discovery that made his blood run cold. They're not just studying us, he told Yun over a secure line. They're trying to combine their DNA with ours. They want to become us. 1 week after the invasion began, a small victory gave humans hope. A Voidborn scout ship crashed in the mountains. Captain Yun Park led a team to reach it before the aliens could recover it. Move fast, she told her soldiers. We need anything we can get from this ship. The crashed ship was still mostly intact. 2 dead aliens lay inside. They looked almost like humans, but with gray skin, no hair, and 6 fingers on each hand. Their eyes were large and completely black. Yun's team took pictures of everything. They collected samples and small pieces of technology. Then they set explosives and destroyed the ship before the Voidborn could find it. In his underground lab, Dr. Jung Kim studied the alien bodies and technology. What he found surprised him. They're not all the same, he told Eun as she looked at his results. The two bodies have different DNA. They're the same species, but they're different ranks, like ants or bees, born to different roles. How does that help us? Eun asked. I'm not sure yet, Jun said, but their technology is partly biological. It responds to their specific DNA. And he hesitated. They're having trouble with Earth's environment. He showed her slides of alien tissue. Their cells are breaking down. Earth's bacteria, viruses, even our air. It's all foreign to them. They're struggling to adapt. That's why they want our DNA, Yeon realized. They're trying to use it to help them survive here. Across the city, Han Choi had not stopped working since he first heard the alien signals. He moved his equipment to a basement as the alien ships took over Seoul. Day and night, he recorded and studied the patterns in the alien communications. Finally, he had a breakthrough. The aliens used patterns based on mathematics, not language. Once he understood this, Han could translate some of their messages. With shaking hands, he connected to the resistance network Yeon had established. His message was simple. I can hear them. I know what they're saying. Yeon brought Han to the underground base. His skills were too valuable to risk. Show me what you've learned, she said. Han played recordings and showed his translations on a screen. They're worried, he said. Some of their soldiers are getting sick. They can't understand why. And they're rushing their plan because of it. What plan exactly? Jun asked. Han pointed to more translations. They want to create a new kind of voidborn that can live on Earth. They're using human DNA to make themselves resistant to Earth's environment. Can they do that? Yeon asked Jun. Maybe, Jun said. But it's not easy to combine DNA from different worlds. It would take time. Trial and error. Time we can give them less of, Yeon said firmly. We need to fight back harder. Over the next days, Elon organized resistance groups worldwide. They attacked alien probes and small ships. They rescued humans being taken for experiments. They collected more alien samples for Jun. Jun worked with other scientists to study the voidborn biology. They made an important discovery. The voidborn have a hierarchy, Jun explained to Yeon. The workers, the soldiers, the commanders, they're all biologically different, and the higher ranks are more vulnerable to Earth's environment. Vulnerable how? Yeon asked. Their immune systems are weaker. They've evolved in sterile environments. Earth is filled with microbes they've never encountered. Han, who had been listening, looked up from his computer. The communications show the Supreme Commander is worried. Lower ranks are dying from unknown causes. They think humans are using biological weapons already. Yeon looked at Jun with new hope in her eyes. Are we? Without knowing it. Not exactly, Jun said. But I think I know how we can. Dr. Jung Kim had not slept properly in days. His lab was filled with notes, samples, and computer models. Other scientists worked with him, all focused on one idea, using human biology against the voidborn. Our immune systems evolved on Earth over millions of years, Jun explained to Captain Yun Park. We live with countless bacteria and viruses every day. Our bodies know how to handle them. He pointed to a screen showing alien cell samples. The voidborn don't have this advantage, especially their higher ranks. Can we use this? Yeon asked. I think so, Jun said. We found certain proteins in human blood that seem toxic to voidborn cells. If we can concentrate these and deliver them somehow. Yeon nodded. Tell me what you need. I'll get it for you. Across the world, resistance groups grew stronger. They learned to jam voidborn scanners. They developed weapons that could damage the smaller ships. They set traps and ambushes. Most importantly, they captured voidborn soldiers and brought them to Jun for study. Han Choi continued his work on alien communications. He did more than listen now. He learned to send false messages. He created confusion among voidborn units, sending them to empty locations or into resistance traps. One day, Han found something important in the alien transmissions. The Supreme Commander is concerned, he told Yun and Jun. Many lower-rank voidborn are dying without clear cause. They suspect humans have contaminated them somehow. Jun looked excited. They're right, but not in the way they think. It's just Earth itself, our air, our water, our microscopic life. It's all toxic to them. And the more they try to adapt using human DNA, the more their own biology gets confused. Can we speed this up? Yun asked. Jun thought for a moment. Maybe. If we could create a compound that looks like part of human DNA but causes their cells to break down faster. Han had another idea. What if I send messages making them think we're more dangerous than we are? Had humans engineered themselves to be toxic to invaders? Yun smiled for the first time in weeks. Do it. Make them fear us. Han created false human medical records and research papers. He made the Voidborn believe humans had fought off alien invasions before. He sent these through channels he knew the aliens monitored. Meanwhile, Jun's team made a breakthrough. They created a compound from human immune cells that was harmless to humans, but deadly to Voidborn biology. It attacks their modified cells, Jun explained. The more they try to use human DNA, the more vulnerable they become to this compound. How do we deliver it? Yun asked. Air, Jun said simply. It can spread through air. We release it near their ships, their landing sites, anywhere they go. Yun immediately began planning. She gathered resistance leaders from around the world via secure channels. We have a weapon, she told them, but we need to strike all at once. Everywhere. The Voidborn can't have time to adapt. While they prepared, the aliens increased their harvesting operations. More humans were taken every day. Cities stood empty. The Voidborn seemed to be winning. But in his lab, Jun looked at test results with growing hope. The compound worked better than expected. They made a mistake coming here, he said quietly. Earth itself is fighting back through us. The Supreme Commander sensed something was wrong. More and more Voidborn were falling ill. Their attempts to use human DNA were failing. The Commander sent a message to all ships. Accelerate harvesting. Eliminate resistance. Time grows short. The aliens didn't know it yet, but their time on Earth was indeed growing short. Not because they needed to leave, but because humanity was about to show them why it was a mistake to underestimate Earth. We're calling it Project Prometheus, Dr. Jun Kim said as he showed Captain Yun Park the small container. The liquid inside glowed slightly blue. In the old story, Prometheus gave fire to humans. Now we give this to the Voidborn. Yun looked at the container carefully. This will work against all of them. Yes, but in different ways, Jun explained. Lower ranks will die quickly. Higher ranks will take longer. But they'll suffer more as their modified human DNA turns against them. A new voice spoke from the doorway. Have we considered what happens if this mutates? They turned to see Dr. Min Lee, the top immunologist on their team. She was small and quiet, but everyone respected her knowledge. The virus is designed to target only Voidborn biology, Jun said. It can't harm humans. We hope, Min said. But viruses change. They adapt. Just like the Voidborn are trying to adapt to Earth. Yun frowned. Are you saying we shouldn't use it? Min shook her head. I'm saying we should know the risks. If we do this, there's no going back. We're using biological warfare to save our species. The room fell silent. Finally, Yun spoke. What choice do we have? They're harvesting us like crops. They'll take everything if we don't stop them. I agree, Min said. I just want us to remember what we're doing. This isn't just killing soldiers in battle. This is ending an entire invasion force. Han Choi entered with new information. The Voidborn are moving faster now. They know something is wrong. Their ships are taking more humans every hour. Ewan made her decision. We move forward with Project Prometheus. Han, can you create a distraction? Something to blind their systems while we deploy. Han nodded. I can send false signals. Make their ships think they're under attack from all sides. Good, Yun said. We'll need every resistance cell worldwide ready to act at once. For the next 3 days, they prepared. The virus was copied and distributed to resistance groups on every continent. Han created programs to disrupt void-borne communications. Yun trained teams to approach alien ships without being detected. The night before they would launch Project Prometheus, Jun couldn't sleep. He walked through the underground base and found Min working late in her lab. Still worried? He asked. Always, she said with a small smile. But I believe this is necessary. What do you think will happen? After, I mean. Min looked thoughtful. If we win, Earth will never be the same. We'll have alien technology, knowledge of other life in the universe, and the knowledge that we fought back against something that should have destroyed us. And if we lose, then none of it matters anyway, she said simply. The next morning, Yun addressed all resistance leaders through secure channels. Today we fight back. Today we show the Voidborn that taking Earth was their greatest mistake. Her voice was strong and clear. Project Prometheus begins at noon, everywhere. Release the virus near any alien presence. Let them breathe our air and learn why humans have survived on this planet for thousands of years. Across the world, people prepared for their roles. Some would create distractions. Others would release the virus near voidborne ships and bases. Many would not survive their missions. Han sat at his communication center, ready to flood alien systems with false information. Jun and Min monitored from the lab, ready to track the virus's spread. Yun checked her watch. Almost noon. For Earth, she said quietly. The greatest counterattack in human history was about to begin. At exactly noon, Operation Prometheus began. In cities around the world, resistance fighters moved into position. They carried small devices that looked like smoke bombs. These would release the virus into the air near void-borne ships and soldiers. In Seoul, a team led by Captain Yun Park approached a landing site where aliens were loading captured humans onto their ships. The team moved silently through abandoned buildings. Remember, Yun whispered, we need to get close enough for the virus to reach their air systems. In his communication center, Han Choi pressed a button. Across the planet, all void-borne communication systems suddenly filled with false alarms, wrong coordinates, and emergency signals. The alien ships started moving in confusion, breaking their careful formations. Now, Yun ordered. Her team threw their devices toward the alien ships. The small canisters released a fine mist that was nearly invisible. Other teams worldwide did the same. The Voidborn didn't notice at first. Their soldiers continued loading humans onto ships, but within minutes, something changed. The lowest-ranking aliens began to stumble. Some fell to the ground, their gray skin turning darker. It's working, Yun said, watching through binoculars. The worker ranks are affected first. In his lab, Jun monitored reports coming in from around the world. Similar results everywhere, he told Min. The virus is affecting the lower ranks exactly as we predicted. On his screens, Han watched the alien communications with growing excitement. They don't understand what's happening, he reported. They think their soldiers are being attacked, but they can't see the weapon. The Voidborn commanders began ordering their ships to retreat from landing sites. They pulled their soldiers back, not realizing they were bringing the virus with them. Yun saw an opportunity. We need to get onto one of their command ships, she told her team. If we can plant the virus at the heart of their fleet, it will spread faster. It was a dangerous mission. They would need to board a ship while the aliens were confused, plant virus canisters, and somehow escape. I'll go, Yun said, with a small team. The rest of you keep them distracted down here. Across the city, Voidborn soldiers were falling sick. Higher-ranking officers tried to help them, but became infected themselves. The alien response became chaotic. Han sent another wave of false signals. I told their ships that there's a safe zone at these coordinates. He explained to June over the radio. It should gather their fleet close together. The plan worked. Multiple void-borne ships moved to the safe zone, bringing infected soldiers on board. As the ships clustered together, the virus spread between them. Eun and her team managed to board a smaller command ship during the confusion. They moved through strange corridors, planting virus canisters in air vents. The design is partly biological, Eun noted as they moved. The walls almost look like they're breathing. They reached the ship's control center and found higher-ranking void-borne officers. These aliens were taller, with lighter gray skin and more human-like features, the result of their experiments with human DNA. The officers noticed the humans and reached for weapons, but some were already showing signs of illness. Their movements were slow. Their breathing labored. "They're infected," one of Eun's team whispered. "The modified DNA is making them more vulnerable, not less." The Supreme Commander's voice echoed through the ship. "All units withdraw to orbit. Containment protocols in effect. The humans have deployed a biological agent." As Eun's team planted their final canisters and prepared to escape, she saw something on the alien control screens. The void-borne fleet was breaking apart. Ships were trying to isolate themselves from each other. "Too late," she said with grim satisfaction. "The virus is airborne. It's everywhere now." The first phase of humanity's counterattack had succeeded beyond their hopes. 3 days after Operation Prometheus began, the sky above Earth changed. The dark shapes of void-borne ships, once spread across the atmosphere, were gathering together. Some were already leaving, heading back toward deep space. Captain Eun Park watched from the roof of the Resistance base. "They're running," she said. Dr. Jung Kim stood beside her, looking through a powerful telescope. "Not all of them. The larger ships are trying to isolate the infected ones, but it won't work." Inside the base, Han Choi monitored alien communications. The messages were becoming desperate. Ship commanders reported more and more sick crew members. The Supreme Commander ordered infected ships to self-destroy. Some obeyed. Others tried to escape. "The virus is working better than we expected," Joan told Min Lee in the lab. "It's mutating, becoming more efficient at targeting void-borne biology." Min looked worried. "How quickly is it mutating?" June showed her the data. "Fast, but still only affecting void-borne cells. It seems to ignore human DNA completely." "That's unusually specific for a virus," Min noted, almost as if it was designed to protect us. June finished her thought. "I know. It's strange." Han rushed into the lab with important news. "I intercepted a message from the Supreme Commander to their homeworld. You need to hear this." He played the recording. The translated voice sounded strained, almost fearful. "Emergency report to High Command. Earth invasion failing. Humans have deployed biological weapon targeting our specific genetics. Losses at 60% and growing. Request immediate extraction and planetary quarantine. This world cannot be harvested. Repeat, Earth must be quarantined." There was a pause in the message then. Additional finding. Humans may have engineered themselves as biological weapons. Historical data suggests previous invasion attempts by other species. All failed. Humans may be sentinel species, created to defend this sector. Recommend full withdrawal from Earth system. Eun, who had joined them, looked shocked. "They think we were made to fight off aliens." Han's false information worked, Jum said with a small smile. "They believe we're more dangerous than we actually are." "Aren't we dangerous enough?" Min asked. "We just created a virus that's killing their entire invasion force." Eun nodded. "And we need to finish this. Han, can you track the Supreme Commander's ship?" "Already did," Han said. "It's the largest one, still in orbit. They're trying to keep it isolated from infected ships." Too late for that, Jun said. The virus is airborne and can survive in space for short periods. If any infected ship got close to the command vessel, it's already contaminated. As if confirming his words, new alien communications showed panic on the command ship. Higher-ranking officers were falling ill. The Supreme Commander ordered all remaining healthy ships to leave Earth immediately. In cities around the world, people emerged from hiding places to see void-borne ships rising into the sky. The aliens left behind their dead and their technology. Humans were no longer being taken. Elon organized teams to collect alien technology from abandoned landing sites. The items they found would change human science forever. Advanced computers, energy sources, medical equipment. We're winning, Han said as he watched the alien ships fleeing. Jun wasn't celebrating yet. The Supreme Commander is still up there. And their message mentioned a homeworld, a larger empire. You think they'll come back? Elon asked. I think we need to be ready if they do, Jun replied. And we need to understand why our virus works so well. There's something about human DNA that is uniquely dangerous to them. We need to know why. Min looked at her latest test results with surprise. I think I might have found something. The virus isn't just attacking their cells. It's rewriting them, changing them into something else. Into what? Yun asked. Min looked up, her eyes wide. Into something more human. 1 month after the Voidborn began their retreat, Dr. Jun Kim made a discovery that changed everything. He had been studying the alien genetic material for weeks, trying to understand why the virus affected them so strongly. Late one night, as he compared Voidborn DNA with human samples, his computer program found a pattern. Jun stared at the screen, unable to believe what he was seeing. He ran the test again and again. The result was always the same. He called Captain Unpark immediately. You need to see this. Now. When Un arrived at the lab, Jun showed her the genetic sequences on his screen. This is human DNA, he said, pointing to the top row. And this is Voidborn DNA from different ranks. He pointed to several rows below. They look different, Yun said. They are. But look here. Jun highlighted sections in each sample. These sequences are nearly identical. Not similar, identical. The kind of match you only see in related species. Yun looked confused. What are you saying? I'm saying the Voidborn share ancestral DNA with humans. They're not just aliens. They're related to us somehow. Min Lee entered the lab, having heard the news. How is that possible? They came from another star system. I don't know, Jun admitted. But this connection explains why our virus worked so well. It recognized the human parts of their DNA and targeted the alien parts. Could they be? Yun hesitated, the idea seeming impossible. Could they be humans who left Earth long ago, who evolved differently? Or humans taken by other aliens in the past, Jun suggested, or even future humans who found a way to travel back in time. The three of them stood in silence, considering the implications. Meanwhile, Han Choi had made his own breakthrough. Using computers built with recovered alien technology, he had decoded the Voidborn star charts. I know where they came from, he told the others when they met. He displayed a map of the galaxy on a large screen. Their home system is here, about 120 light-years away. He zoomed in to show more detail. And these are other worlds they've conquered. At least 30 planets with intelligent life. All harvested for their biology. Yun asked. I think so, Han said. They take useful genetic traits from each species they conquer, add them to their own DNA. And they wanted ours because we're somehow related, Jun said. Our DNA would have been especially compatible. As they discussed these revelations, a final message came from the Supreme Commander's ship before it left Earth's solar system. Han translated it in real time. Final report on Earth mission. Failure. Human biological defenses exceeded all predictions. Their genetic structure suggests deliberate engineering far beyond our science. They are not a natural species. Theory: Earth was seeded as a trap for harvester species like us. Humans were designed to appear vulnerable while carrying genetic weapons that activate when harvesting is attempted. Recommendation: permanent quarantine of Earth system. Mark as extreme hazard. We will not return. The message ended with something unexpected. Coordinates sent to the Voidborn homeworld. Those aren't coordinates, Han said, studying them carefully. That's a warning. Translated roughly as, we underestimated what you are. We will not return. Ilan looked at her team. They're afraid of us now. With good reason, Min pointed out. We did nearly destroy their entire invasion force. Jun was still thinking about the genetic connection. If we're related to them somehow, what does that mean for our future? Are we looking at what humans might become? I don't think so, Yun said firmly. They tried to harvest us, to use us. Whatever connection we share, we chose different paths. Han pointed to another part of the star chart. There are other worlds here, planets they've conquered. Some might still have survivors. Worlds that might welcome help against the Voidborn, Yun said thoughtfully. The room grew quiet as they all considered the same idea. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe, and no longer helpless. 1 year after the Voidborn retreat, Earth had changed completely. Nations that once fought each other now worked together under the Global Defense Alliance. Every country shared resources, technology, and knowledge. Humanity had united against a common threat. Dr. Jung Kim led the new Xenobiology Division. His team studied alien biology and prepared defenses against future invasions. They worked in a massive facility built with recovered Voidborn technology. The virus mutated again, Jun told Captain Yunpark as they walked through the lab. It's still spreading among the Voidborn, based on the samples we've analyzed from their abandoned ships. Is it still changing them? Yun asked. Yes, making them more human, genetically. I'm not sure what that means for them. On the other side of the facility, Han Choi directed the interstellar communications network. Massive dishes pointed to the stars, listening for alien signals and broadcasting Earth's own messages. We've detected transmissions from the Voidborn home system, Han reported during a leadership meeting. Their language has changed, but we can still translate it. He played a recording. The alien voice sounded different from the Supreme Commander, less mechanical, more emotional. The human plague spreads. Those infected change. They question the old ways. The High Command falls. We are becoming something new. Civil war, Yun said. Our virus didn't just make them sick. It changed how they think. By making them more human, Min Li added. She now led the medical division, using alien technology to cure diseases that once seemed hopeless. Outside, at the new spaceport, Earth's first defense fleet prepared for its maiden voyage. The ships used engines reverse-engineered from Voidborn technology. They could travel faster than light. Yun had been chosen to command this fleet. Her mission: explore nearby star systems and establish early warning outposts. We're not just defending Earth anymore, she told her crew before launch. We're taking our place in the galaxy. The largest ship in the fleet was named Prometheus, after the project that had saved humanity. It carried scientists, soldiers, and diplomats. Its mission was to seek out other worlds that had faced Voidborn invasion. We might find allies, Jum said as he prepared his research equipment for the journey. Species who fought the Voidborn before us, or survivors who need our help. Min added, packing medical supplies. Han had created a special communication system for the mission. This will let you talk to Earth from anywhere in the galaxy, he explained, and it will warn us if you find any threats. On the day of launch, people gathered to watch the ships rise. There was fear in their eyes, but also hope. Humanity was venturing into space not as conquerors, but as guardians. Just before boarding, Eun looked at the sky where the Voidborn ships had once darkened Earth's atmosphere. They came to harvest us, she said quietly. Instead, we changed them. And ourselves. June nodded. The genetic connection between us raises so many questions. Were they once human? Will we become like them someday? Not like them, Yun said firmly. We choose our own path forward. The ships launched into a clear blue sky. As they left Earth's atmosphere, Yun sent one final message home. 1 year ago, aliens came to conquer humanity. They left fearing extinction. Today, we begin a new chapter. We go to the stars not seeking conquest, but understanding. Not to harvest, but to help. The Voidborn taught us that we are stronger than we knew. Now we take that strength to the stars. As the fleet engaged its faster-than-light engines, Earth shrank behind them. Ahead lay countless stars, mysteries, and possibly both allies and enemies. Humanity was no longer just another species to be harvested. They had become something the galaxy had never seen before. A species that had faced extinction and emerged stronger, ready to challenge any who threatened them. The hunters had become the feared.